Okay, I am taking advantage of this daylight, and before it is about to rain it all down, I'm gonna talk about my biggest yoga experiment so far. I'm sure if you clicked on this video and you do a little bit of yoga or you're generally interested in the topic, then you must have heard of yoga with Adriene. Adriene is like the star in yoga heaven. She's a goddess and she has done it all. She's got a ton of videos or practices. Just click on her channel for once and you'll see she's got yoga for skaters, yoga for surfers, for mothers, for seniors, for everyone and everyone. So I am just gonna start this video by explaining my yoga journey very briefly and then tell you about my experience with Adriene. So I have been doing or practicing yoga for around 2 years, I want to say. I mean, I've had a couple of experiments or like just yoga lessons or whatever in the past, but so I'm not really gonna count them. Also, at that stage, every time I did yoga, it was just not really doing it for me. I didn't feel good after it or like significantly better. I was just like, okay, fine, well, how am I gonna work out now? Is that anything, like, does that do anything with my body? And the thing is, 2 years ago, I was very into weightlifting. So, of course, I would train or exercise with a lot of weights all the time, and I did grow a lot of muscles. So for me, every time I did yoga, it was just, I couldn't really see any results just because I was going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week and doing actual exercises. So I didn't really see any results. I wasn't really feeling any better mentally. So it just wasn't for me. So that was me like over 2 years ago. And then I did start practicing yoga a bit more often when I discovered yoga with Adriene. I found her on YouTube. I forgot to say that actually. She's on YouTube. She's out there. So I found Yoga with Adriene, this channel, and I started practicing with her every now and again. And it was just a bit more fun than usual, because if you watched a few videos of hers before, then she's not the usual yoga teacher. She laughs a lot, she makes a lot of jokes, and for her it's just really important that you find what feels good. So that's what I really like about her, and so I just continue to practice a bit more. Like, when I say that, I don't mean every day or like 2 or 3 times a week. I say like maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks. I also tried out a 30-day program or 30-day yoga journey that she has on her channel, but I didn't do it every single day. I might have done it like 2 or 3 days a week, but I finished it. That's the most important thing, and it was fun. So I set a goal that was end of 2017, that in the next year I would just get to it regularly. So the thing with that is, as many of you know, I went to Australia in 2018 for a whole year, so it was a bit hard to actually make it a habit, but I've learned a lot in my yoga journey this last year, and I did practice a lot more regularly than I did before, and always with her. Like, I tried out a few different channels on YouTube, but nothing really got me like the spirit of Adriene, so I just continued to practice with her, and she has so many videos that it's just, it never gets boring. So that was me last year. Did a lot of practice with her. Obviously it would change because I lived in my car for 3 months, and if you don't have Wi-Fi it's always complicated, and life gets in the way very easily. So it was just on and off with regular yoga practice, but generally speaking, I did practice it on a regular basis kind of. So flash forward, I'm back in Germany for now. Actually, my flight is leaving very soon, but I wanted to make this video before that. When I arrived back in March, I set another goal, and I am so glad that I actually made this happen and that I stuck to it and actually finished it. So I'm gonna tell you, because you obviously clicked on it, so you know what I did. I did yoga with Adriene for 100 days straight. Now, this was definitely a challenge, but it was way easier than I had expected it. So when I came back to Germany in March, I said to myself, that was a week or two after I arrived, that I want to do yoga every single day. Not for the rest of my life, but for a significant amount of time. Because I want to get bendy, I want to do my downward facing dog nice, and I really want to be able to do the splits at some point. And a lot of it was also for the mental part. I have a lot of anxiety going through my head all the time, and coming back to Germany, for those of you who don't know, I don't actually like living here. So for me to come back from Australia to a grey and cold Germany was just like, oh, I can't deal. So that also helped a lot, and I was hoping at that point that it would help me to get through this winter time in Germany. So it was for the mental part and also for the physical part. Now, how do you start with practicing yoga every single day? I know most of you don't have that much time during the day, but same with me. I don't have countless of hours during the day. I worked my butt off the past few months. Like the last month or so, I worked 10-hour days 5 times a week. So I had a good 45 to 50 hour a week every single week, and I don't have much time either, but I stuck to it. I just put on a video, whatever you crave at this moment of time, and yeah, that's basically it. Like, as soon as you make it your habit, you don't think about it anymore, you just do it. And what I did, I included it in my morning routine. So literally, like, one of the first things I do when I get out of bed, after I went for a pee, I wash my face, brush my teeth, you know, that kind of getting ready stuff in the bathroom, which takes me around like 4 or 5 minutes. I rolled out my mat every single day and did some yoga. Now, when I say yoga with Adriene every day, I want to be honest with you guys, probably 5-6 times of these like 100 days I didn't actually practice with Adriene, because I was not always in a place where I had Wi-Fi. So either that, or I was just so tired coming home late and just not being able to do a full like half-an-hour practice. Those few times I practice yoga on my own. I'm not that good at it, but I've learned a lot, especially through the last couple of months. So I'm definitely able to do a few exercises on my own. It's usually not that effective and not that long, but it's still yoga. So I found what feels good and that's all that matters. And I stuck to it. I did it every single day, and really most of the time after I got ready in the bathroom, the first thing I did, drank a sip of water and rolled out my mat and practiced yoga. Now here we are, definitely over 100 days. We're middle of July now. It's been more than 100 days, and honestly it's been one of the best experiments, like exercise wise, that I have ever done. Can't even describe how this journey made me feel. Getting out of bed, obviously if you do yoga, if you practice yoga before work, then you might have to wake up very early. So I started off the first couple of months with starting work at around 8:30 to 9, and it takes me around half an hour to get to work. So I would still wake up at like around 6:30, 7-ish and practice my yoga. But the past couple of weeks I had to do some more hours so I can leave earlier. Duh. And I actually started most of the days at 7:30, or sometime between 7:30 and 8. So I'd set my alarm for like 10 to 6 in the morning, and by 6 I was already on my mat practicing yoga every single day. Obviously like not on the weekends when I would sleep in, but 5 times a week at 6 a.m. in the morning I would be on my mat practicing yoga. And this is a huge accomplishment for me because I just love being in bed, and some might say I'm an early bird, but definitely not that early. So I'm super glad I did it, and it made me feel so good afterwards. Like, the general yoga with Adriene practice is around half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour, and although it's not an actual workout, like you don't break a sweat necessarily, you still feel like you've already done something, and you're super stretched, and mentally it feels like you can breathe, you can think, and all of that before you even start work. This is amazing. So I did that and I loved it. I would love to actually practice every single day until, I don't know. But as I'm leaving very soon, I don't want to put the pressure on to literally do it every single day, because I know I'm gonna be tired from the flight and everything. But what I really want to accomplish is doing it most of the days. So let it be like 5 times a week at least. And you know what? It doesn't always have to be a full half an hour practice. If it's 10 minutes of stretching, just a couple cat-cows or whatever, that already does it. So I am so stoked to figure out how long I can do this. I mean, I already did it for like 3 months plus. So I am looking forward to my future yoga journey. I really enjoyed it, and I hope this video inspires some of you guys to check out her channel. Honestly, like, shout out to Adriene because she's amazing, and start your yoga journey. Start practicing a bit more. It really does so much for your body. And that's it for today. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and check out my other videos, and I'll see you in my next. Bye.